Take one.
That's not your job.
You just clap.
You just
clap.
Take one. Glowing Up Latina.
Hi, welcome to another episode of Glowing Up Latina.
Hi.
Hey.
I'm Christina.
I'm Amanda.
And I'm Liana.
Thanks, you guys, for coming back and hanging out with us. We had a little lighting issue this morning, but I think we figured it out. I think we're good.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
I'm sure, hopefully y'all let us know in the comments. So today, actually, it's the end of Women's History Month, which, yeah, we love women. Women make the world go around. We all know this.
Yes.
So we're going to end March talking about our favorite fearless women, what it means to be fearless to us, and kind of how we try to embody fearless women or being a fearless woman. Let us know who your favorite fearless women are. That is a tongue twister.
Yeah, your famous favorite fearless woman. There you go.
You threw like a whole couple extra words.
Did I? Yeah. Oh, I said famous. No, I think we went to say favorite fearless woman.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, there you go. Sorry, I don't know why I said famous.
Obviously, before that, we have to do a temperature check. You guys, how are y'all doing? How's it going?
It's going.
Yeah, it's going. I mean, there's nothing really to report. Still moving.
You're moving. Next week, I plan on having you guys, right, and the rest of our friends paint our apartment. So that's going to be challenging, but fun, because at least the apartment will start to look like ours. So I'm excited for that. So yeah.
And by the time this episode airs, you will be moved into your new apartment.
Yes.
You'll be moved for like a week. Yeah.
Yep. I'm really excited. I can't wait.
Yes.
I don't have a lot going on.
No.
Yeah, it's all good.
It's all good.
Everything's been
far.
kicking, rolling, you know,
Yeah.
doing its thing.
At the time of this recording, it's gorgeous weather in New York. We are living for it. Love it.
Like today in New York right now, right now it's February.
Yeah.
But it's going up to what, like 60 degrees?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is
global warming is real.
Yeah, that's
It
summer
is.
for us here.
You know, if we all just stop using plastic straws, we'll be okay.
Right?
Never mind those big corporations that dump oil into the ocean. Whatever. No big deal. But yeah, so that's what we're doing. So not a lot to report this week. It's just been chill, which, you know, we love.
Yeah.
We love when
Love a chill week.
nothing bad is happening.
Yeah.
Next week, though, yeah, it is next week. The new Sims pack comes
I'm
out.
so
I'm so
excited.
excited for it.
See, they're counting down that, but I'm counting down in my head. Now we're like 5 weeks away from seeing Bad Bunny.
Oh, yeah.
We are.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for that too.
I'm super excited.
We will have already gone, I'm pretty sure, by the time this episode airs.
Yeah. Oh, that's yeah.
Yeah.
So then
you'll probably see it on our stories. Don't worry. That is really exciting. I forgot. Yeah. I didn't forget. The Sims pack, Euphoria is crazy.
Everything's creeping up
Yeah.
now. Now it's like starting to hit everything that we've planned in 2021. Now it's happening in 2022. So it's just like, wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
This month has been busy.
Yeah.
We still got
And it's still
more,
going.
Yeah, we got
still
2
going.
more weekends to go. But we are very excited because next week, actually we have to go through 1 full week and then we'll finally start teasing the podcast.
Yeah.
But you guys will have already seen that.
Yeah.
We're very excited about
Yes.
that. It's a very exciting time right now.
Yeah.
So even though the week was kind of like mid, which don't get me wrong, love a good midweek.
Yeah.
But everything else is still pretty exciting, so we'll take that. So in order to talk about fearless women, we obviously have to define what it means to us to be fearless. So who wants to tackle that first?
I feel like to be fearless, you have to still be afraid, but have like the cojones to just be like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
To like overcome that fear and do the shit that you gotta do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I definitely agree. I think in order to be fearless, you're definitely you're still scared.
Yeah.
Like I feel like if you're truly not scared, like I'm terrified of you. So you just don't care.
Yeah. That's what it means to me to be fearless. Like just having the confidence in yourself to like say, or like to defend yourself in certain situations. And even though like you're still scared shitless, just being able to say, I can do this and I will do it. If that makes sense.
No, it definitely does.
Yeah.
For me, at least, all of the things that I've attempted in my life that have turned out great or turned out good, like, I was scared to do them. I was scared to move here. I was scared to go to law school. I was scared to start this podcast. But all of those things turned out to be great. Having a little bit of fear, I feel, helps. Partly because, to kind of, I guess, touch on our previous episode, if you're a little scared, that means like you really want to succeed at what you're doing, or you want to be great at whatever it is you're attempting. And if you're not scared, sometimes like when I truly do not care, that's always dangerous, because then I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah, reckless.
Yeah. So we don't endorse recklessness. What about you, Amanda?
Yeah, to piggyback what both of you guys are saying, you need to be fearless to make changes, so that way you continue to be successful, you continue to grow, you continue to glow. You need fear to grow.
Yeah,
that's how I see it, straight up. I'm a big talker when it comes to like this type of situation, right? Talking about this stuff. But then when it comes to me and I'm like, ooh, I don't really want to do this. Yeah. I can see myself being in my comfort zone, but I think it's also who you surround yourself with. So when you have women who are like really supportive and try to get you out of that comfort zone, it's like, yeah, I was fearless, but now I can do it. I'm strong. Strong mujer. See? Yeah. So yeah, I got you guys. Yeah.
No, that definitely makes sense, and I feel like maybe, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like as women, people expect us just to like not necessarily be fearless, but like to persevere no matter what, and that gets exhausting. Like sometimes I want to be able to like be scared and just like not have to be like, well, I got to do this shit anyways. So let me suck it up and move on. Like I'm very big in like feeling your emotions and like letting them like run their course. But sometimes like the situation does not allow for that. Like you can be scared and it's just like, no, like I have to do this right now. I don't have time to process it. I need to get going. Yeah. So that's always, this is a new thing. It's hard being a woman. It's just, it's fun for sure. But sometimes, for the most part, but out of like maybe 2 weeks out of every month, we're good. But for the most part, I think being a fearless woman, it really just means that like you're able to get the things that you want to get done, or like accomplish what you set out to accomplish. Yep. Even if you have like people in your face telling you like you can't do it, or like maybe like take a step back. I think all those things go into being a fearless woman.
Yep. Yeah. Like to me, it's a check off list of everything that I need to do to, again, I'm having a hard time explaining this to you guys, but to be a fearless woman, right? I make a list of goals of what I want to do, what I want to achieve. Right. So when I check them off, I'm like, oh, dang, I was complaining all this time. I was stressing about it. And Constantine can attest to this all the time because he's like, you stress out about every little thing. I'm like, no, because I want everything to be perfect. And when I checked all of them off, I'm like, oh, damn, I'm bad bitch. Like, I did that. Like, yeah. So
I love a good checklist.
So my checklist is a part of being a fearless woman because my list could be so long and I'm like, oh, crap. Like, that scares me. Like, this is what I want to do. Am I going to be able to do it? No, I did it. Yeah. I'm fearless. So, yeah.
It's very gratifying to see all the things that you've checked off that you've done and like, oh, okay, I got it.
It's doable. It's doable. So, yeah. So don't let anyone like rain on your parade or try to tell you, oh, maybe this is something that you shouldn't do, or maybe try doing this instead. You should be able to do it for yourself. Say that, try doing it on your terms, not on anyone else's terms. Yeah. That's to me, that's what being a fearless woman is. Yeah. Doing everything on your own terms.
Yeah. Taking risks.
Yeah. You need those risks.
and having moments of like looking back on like, because I know for a fact that I'm not the same person I was
100%.
last
no.
week. Like I'm like a totally different person. You know? Because every day you're always learning something new. There's always room to learn, to like grow, glow. Like you're always like, there's always an opportunity to be better than who you were yesterday. And if you take those opportunities, if you take those chances, like you will always be a fearless mujer. And that's the goal here.
See, when you said I wasn't the same person, I thought you were gonna go like 10 years ago, but you said yesterday. So.
Oh, well, I know for a fact, I was not like a fearless like woman or girl 10 years ago.
Oh,
absolutely
not.
There are several moments I can point to in my life and I'm like, damn, bro, you could have like you could have spoke up for yourself. You could have like done. And specifically, what comes to mind is that okay. So I don't speak Spanish, and I'm very insecure about that. Like, I can understand it for the most part. I hate the way my accent sounds, and I get very nervous speaking Spanish to people who, like, are native speakers. Right. Well, my family speaks Spanish, and, like, even to them, like, I am embarrassed, like, speak Spanish sometimes. But when I was in high school, I had my Spanish 3 class. I was a junior in high school. And my high school, like, Spanish teacher, he was, like, always on my ass about the fact that I did not speak Spanish. Like, how is your last name going to be? He used to say Hernandez. I hate when people say it like that. That's not how I pronounce it personally. That's not how my family pronounces it. But
how did he pronounce it?
Like Hernandez.
Yeah.
The H is kind of silent.
And there's, like, an accent over...
Yeah, I think so. Hernandez.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's like it's over the E.
Is it over the E? See,
I don't speak Spanish. Don't ask me.
Don't come for us, guys. Listen, like
let us know.
Let us know. The tildes are like very weird. No. Yeah.
So I didn't speak it, and he was like always on my ass about it. And I like it was already something I was very insecure about, and like had been insecure about. And he was just like, that's so shameful. Like, how could you do that?
That's horrible.
And he suggested at one point that I transfer out of Spanish, and like, because I already had all the credits I needed. Yeah.
That is what you don't see. That is what you don't do.
How does he expect you to learn?
Thank you. We're supposed to encourage each other as, with our culture, our people. You're supposed to encourage the next person. Don't shame I don't want to say your own kind, but you guys, you know what I mean. Don't shame, someone else of, different different Latinx culture. Like, don't do that.
Yeah,
that's not fair. Don't shame. Sorry, go ahead.
No, so I ended up transferring out because I just I was so embarrassed, and there were other people in our class who did not speak Spanish, but I felt like I got called out more than anybody about it. And my brother had, the same teacher. I can't remember if we had the same class or a different period. But, he stayed in the class because he, didn't bother him about it. I think he maybe made one comment when he found out we were siblings. But, other than that, it was... And I, the person I am now, would have been okay, shut up. I don't care. Obviously, I'm trying to learn and trying to be better at it. Right. So, maybe shut the fuck up.
Oh, my God. That's so
but little 16, 17-year-old Christina was just okay, bye.
That's really no.
So yeah.
First of all, mind your business. Is what I would say back then if I was who I was now.
Right, exactly.
Needed a little bit of that fearlessness in me.
That's also my thing with fearless too. Saying things that are in your head at that given moment. When you find yourself in an argument or something and you're just like, damn, I wish I would have said that at that time. I wish I was more like that. I'm still trying. But yeah, I think that's me. That's another characteristic of a fearless woman. Just piercing somebody with your words.
Will say gets you in trouble sometimes.
Christina.
I think through most of the things that I say, but sometimes you just catch me on the wrong day, and I'm a lot better about it than I used to be. But maybe it's okay that you don't do that.
Oh man. So bouncing off of that, what I just said, that's what I would have said back then if I was who I was now. Like, I remember also in high school, there was a time where we had to do like community service in order to graduate. So we had to like accumulate like service hours. And I really wanted to volunteer in the Coney Island Aquarium. And I was like, that I was looking up all the stuff. I did all my research. I could have done it, and I could have like completed all my hours and all that stuff. And I went to the service hours dude at our school, and he was just like, "No, you can't do this. It has to be like with people." And I'm just like, "But I will be working with people. Just with animals as well." And I talked to him in the cafeteria because I was the first time like I had seen him, and I needed him to sign it off. And he was just like, he started yelling at me. Like, this is lunch period. Mm-hmm. Started yelling at me in front of all of these fucking girls. And I'm just like, dude. And I was so mad at myself because I started to cry. Aww. And I was like, bruh, really? Like, I could have done anything else. I could have done literally anything else. But then I just, like, started to cry. Because it was embarrassing. It's just like, dude, like, you had to yell at me in front of, like, all these people. You couldn't, like, have been a little nicer about it. Mm-hmm. Like, you have to be such a fucking dick, man.
Yeah, I had like...
Sorry for all the curse words. I'm so sorry. I curse a lot when I'm mad.
He brought that out in you. Like, you know, like now you think about it, you're like, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
I had kind of the same experience. It was my junior year of high school. My physics teacher, I'm not going to say his name because I still remember his name.
Oh, I 100% remember my Spanish teacher's name.
And, like from the very beginning... he was just like so fucking rude to me in particular. Because I think there was another girl in the school. She must have been like a year or two old. She had to be a year older than me. Or 2 years. I don't know, whatever. He's like, oh, are you going to also be like the other girl I had? Because we had the same exact name. That's what I was trying to say. We had the same exact last name.
Oh, wow.
And he was just like, oh, is there any relation to that? My last name's Leva. So do you have any like relationship to that other Leva? I'm like, no, I don't know who that is. I don't even know how she looks like. And he was like, all right, well, don't be like that Leva. And ever since then, like that set something off in me that I was like, oh crap. Like he just like, my confidence level just like went like straight down to like 0. I was just like, fuck. We had lab one day and, he comes to our table, to my lab group table, and he goes, so Leva, I go, yeah. He goes, why don't you do well in my class? And I'm like, I'm just looking at him because I was taught, right, you respect it. We're programmed to respect your elders, right? And I'm just looking at him. He's like, yeah, like, well, what do you do after school? Like, what do you, like, I'm like, I go home, I do homework, and he goes, do you do any sports? And I was like, yeah, I go to karate school. Like at that time I was already a black belt. Mm-hmm. I'm a second degree.
You could have beat his ass. That's what I'm hearing.
I'm a second degree black belt for those of you who didn't know. But yeah, and I was there every day, like after school at my karate school. And he was like, well, maybe you should focus less on karate and more on my class. Like, that was the only fucking thing I had to worry about in school, his class. And thinking about it now, like, I wish I would have cursed him out.
Yeah.
And told him off. But one day I did tell off my algebra teacher, and I was in 9th grade. So I don't know what happened there. I don't know why I didn't curse him out, but I gave, like, hell to my algebra teacher. Because I was right for that one, too. But... I knew if I would have said something to him, my mom wouldn't like yell at me or anything because she knows the type of daughter she raised. Like I would only lash out like that if this guy was like really on me. And he took me aside one time after class.
For what?
About the same shit. And like I wasn't failing his class, I was passing. It's just like I wasn't like, it's physics, like it's hard. Like physics is a hard subject to begin with. And I guess I wasn't, like, my grades weren't as high as the other girls, but I didn't fail. Thinking about that now, that teaches me to be a fearless woman when it comes to, like, men and their machismo shit. I have no patience for that. I don't stand for it. So, yeah.
That's crazy.
Mhm.
That's a lot.
That's
Mhm.
insane.
Yeah.
You didn't tell your mom or anything?
She knew, but I guess I don't like confrontation. And I know it was like a retaliation thing. He would have retaliated somehow if I would have brought that up to, whatever. But I
Yeah.
didn't. And I was just like, And then the following year,
I
he
get
wasn't
that.
there.
I think if I was a different person then, like, also my mom is a teacher, so I'm always like very aware, like making sure that I'm very respectful to teachers. Because like I wouldn't want somebody to be like that with my mom, so I don't want to be like that with another teacher. But 100%, if I was a different person, if I was a more fearless person or more like confident person back then, 100% would have told my Spanish teacher off. I'm like, I'm staying in this class, dude. I don't know what to tell you. But at least like there are times in my life where I am fearless.
Mhm.
Like, I guess I don't know if we're gonna stick with the high school theme, but I think I am. So I don't know. I consider, maybe people who knew me in high school don't feel this way, but I considered myself to be a very shy person in high school. I wasn't, and I'm still not necessarily really one to put myself out there, despite this podcast. It's not my favorite thing to do in the world. But when I was a sophomore, I think I was going into my sophomore year, I tried out for my school's dance team.
Mhm.
And that was like a very big deal for me because like anything that drew attention to myself or that like put me in like where people had to look at me, I was like, no, I don't want to do that.
Right.
And I don't know why. I really don't know what it was, what made me want to try out for the dance team, because I was just like, no, like I can't dance. Like, what am I doing? Like, this would be so stupid of me. And then I just like, I went to the practices because you had to practice before you tried out. And then I was like, well, okay, even if I don't make the team, like at least I can say I did it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And no, I tried out and, I made the dance team. And I was on the dance team for my last 3 years of high school. I'll put a lovely picture here so you guys can see. But I don't know. I really enjoyed it. And it was a time that like being fearless worked out for me because I feel like it gave me confidence. I love organized sports. I'm a big advocate of putting children in organized sports. I feel like it helps instill them with so much confidence and like
discipline.
Yes,
I agree.
Although I don't have children, just a fan of putting other people's children in organized sports. Yeah. So, and I honestly like, I know it's very silly, but like I think that moment, like where I learned, like, okay, if I can kind of stand out of my own way,
Mhm.
like what else can I do?
Mhm.
Like, like in Encanto with Isabella. She doesn't let her family hold her back anymore. She's like, what else can I do? That was me. I was like, get out of your way. What else can you do? And then, I moved to New York. Here I am. So it all worked out. And it was like I just get so happy when I think about that moment when I decided to do it. Because there were a lot of things, like even after that moment, where I was too scared.
Mhm.
Like my senior year, there was this trip to Belize that he was my anatomy and physiology teacher at that time, but I think he taught like biology and a couple of other things. He took kids on every year, and I had already put the deposit down, and my best friend was also gonna like go, but then something happened and she ended up not being able to. And my mom was like, well, if you want to go, like, you should still go. But I was so scared.
To go on your own.
Yeah, to go on myself with people that I didn't really know, like, because it wasn't really any of my other friends in that group going. And so I talked to my teacher about it, and he was like, I think you'll have a really good time. I think you should go. I think you should do it anyways. And I was like, I don't know. He was like, I'll give you an extra week to think about it. If you still at the end of the week, you don't want to go, you can have your deposit back, no problem. And I ended up not going. And I took my deposit back. But that moment also led to when I was in college, I really wanted to go on this, like, I took this class that was like, it wasn't necessarily a Romanian class, but it was like learning about like Romanian culture and like how the US had influenced that and like what effects it had. And at the end, we got to go on a trip to Romania. And that was at the SJC Long Island campus. So it was like, I had no idea who those people were.
Right.
And I would have to take the train to Long Island like a couple of Fridays a month.
Right.
And I was out there for like 3 hours, and I was like, okay, I have a whole year to get to know these people. Like, I'm bound to make one friend. Like, just do it, try it, let's see how it goes. And it turned out great. Like, I went to Romania, and I had the best time. It was so cool. So yeah, little Christina, she pushes me to do a lot. I won't lie.
Well, that's good. Now that you talk about college, there was a talent show in college.
Bro, I don't remember this.
You don't?
No.
Thank God. Thank God. And I think this was like before even Thomas started going to our school. Like this, I think this was like before like we even knew each other.
Oh, so if it was before Thomas went there, then it had to be the like your freshman year?
Yeah.
Oh, so that's why I don't remember it. Okay.
Again, thank God. And I was really trying really hard because I really wanted to be, like, as you all know from before, from our previous episode, that I wanted to be a singer when I was younger. So I was like, okay, I'm going to try really, really hard. I'm going to do this. And I was like, maybe this talent show could lead to, like, other things. It didn't. Here I am. And I was so petrified to perform. I was so scared. It was as if my soul was no longer in my body. Like, that's how scared I was. And I was performing right after this. Sorry, if you hear that, someone is hammering
something, yeah.
Hammering a hole in their wall.
Okay.
The walls are very thin here.
New York City apartments, you guys.
Yeah.
And I was performing after this one girl that also went to our school. I don't know if you remember her. I think she might have transferred out when your year started. But she was like phenomenal. She had the hair, she had the outfit, she had the props, and then it was like little me with my little microphone right after her. And she did amazing. And I was like, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not. I can't do it. And I did it. They fucked up my song, first of all. And I was like, this isn't the right song.
What did you sing? What were you planning to sing?
Talking to the Moon.
Oh, Bruno
by
Mars.
Mars.
I love that song.
Wait, so is that what you ended up singing or no?
Yes. Did I? I don't remember. I just want to keep that
That's such a
locked
cringe.
up.
She's like, I forgot it.
It makes you feel better. So obviously the dance team, it did competitions, and I don't know, for whatever reason, I decided I wanted to do a solo. I did it to Christina. First of all, it was atrocious. I cannot, Mom. We have to talk about that because it was god awful.
I need to see this video.
No, I hope if anybody, I know one parent who like videotaped everything. I hope they deleted it and burned it. It was god awful. My outfit was very pretty. I looked very pretty. I looked gorgeous. But I did it to Grenade by Bruno Mars.
Uh-huh.
That's funny.
First of all, I cannot listen to that song
You
without...
literally just shuddered.
I have like a very like visceral reaction when it comes on because I get to this day embarrassed.
Oh my god. I feel that way. Like I can't listen to Talking to the Moon by Bruno Mars anymore. Because it just brings me right back to that moment of like true terror.
I love that song.
It's a really good. I can't listen to Grenade. Oh my god.
Cringe.
But that no.
Yeah. I mean, I
love that you do that. You're gonna have to. So we're having. At some point, we're gonna have to get together. And you're gonna have to sing it for us.
Absolutely not.
She's gonna sing Grenade, and then you're gonna dance.
That will never.
I like that plan.
Oh man.
What about you, Amanda? Any embarrassing moments?
Yes.
That you were also fearless in.
I was in the 5th grade, and
Oh, you started young.
Wow.
I was in the 5th grade, and I was in an after-school program, and we had to, like, the first part of the after-school program, you had to do your homework, and the second part, you signed up for an activity, and you would run off with that group. And I told you guys, like, I really thought that I could sing, and I was like, no, I could freaking sing. I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. So I signed up for the chorus, group, and I did. And I don't know, maybe they were being nice to me. The counselor, maybe the counselor for that group was really nice, and he led me to believe that I could sing, and I did a solo, and it was to Aaliyah's "Miss You," and yeah, I don't know. I don't think I could sing. I don't know.
Wait, do you have the video?
Girl, no.
Oh.
God, I hope there isn't a video out there. God, please no. I don't know.
Here's the thing: your voice changes. So like when you're younger, you probably had.
There are a lot of people who can like sing when they're younger, and then once
Yeah.
they go through puberty, like their voices change.
It could be that because somebody, I think, I was with my parents. We were going somewhere, and we were at the train station, and somebody like recognized me from that little concert. And they're like, "Oh my God, you sing so well!" And I was just like, I don't know. Maybe I did at some point, and it just went away. But yeah, I can't sing, and that was the last time I. Oh no, it happened again. It happened again when I was in middle school. In 6th grade, me and this other girl, we sang "Little Town of Bethlehem" for a Christmas concert. For a Christmas concert, and I don't know. I could never do that again. Not singing. And I was on a dance team, like ballet. That was fine, but I wasn't like solo, and I couldn't do solos.
I don't know what was happening, why I decided to do it. It was god awful. I'm so embarrassed every time I think about it.
But that had to be the time. I was like, the 6th grade one had to be the embarrassing one, but the 5th grade one wasn't because someone complimented me on it. So I don't know.
Maybe you can sing. We'll have to test it out.
Uh-oh. Karaoke.
No. That doesn't count, you guys. But yeah,
you really want to hear somebody who can't sing? That is I. I cannot carry a tune to save my life.
But Constantine will tell me too, Amanda, stop singing. You cannot sing.
Oh no.
So yeah. And my mother used to tell me too. Yes. So this is how I know it's true. Because my mom would be like, Mija, please, you can't sing. And I'm like, but like she would, that's my mom. So I think she was just trying to save me from embarrassment, but I did that all by myself. So, so yeah. Embarrassing moments. But now we're fearless women.
Yeah,
maybe sometimes. For the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah, childhood traumas, gotta love them.
Oh man, gotta.
But I guess, okay, so when you think of a fearless woman or somebody like that you want to embody, like who do you think of? Who you try to like emulate?
I'm just gonna it's a very generic answer, but my mom, the women in my family, they're very independent, single moms, and they just prove that anything is possible. They raised their kids, had multiple jobs, or just the one job, but they struggled, but they made it through. Mm-hmm. And I think that's who I see, and I try to live up to what they were able to accomplish. So yeah, I think of that.
I 100%. I think of my mom. And it's so funny because when you're a kid and you're just like, I'm never gonna be like my parents.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm doing something and I'm like, that was very Raquel of me. Let me. And it's just like, and it's honestly like, my mom is she is my favorite person in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Yeah.
Can't sugarcoat it.
Yeah.
And I think I try every day to be the type of woman. First of all, I try to be the type of daughter that she would be proud of. I try to be the type of woman how I see her. I see her to be fearless, badass, no nonsense.
Yep.
And my mom will very much tell me how it is.
Yeah.
And I love that. Even in the moment when I'm like, damn, that was harsh. But it wasn't. Nobody is going to be more honest with you than your mother.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
And we talked about this in a previous episode, but my mom knows me way better than I know myself. And so that's how I know when she's when I was studying for the bar, she was no, she was you have this, you got this.
Right.
And I know that she would not have told me that if she didn't believe it. Anything that I've attempted in life, when I have her support, I feel so much better. Like, because I know, like, if she thinks I can do it, I can 100% do it.
Yeah.
And so I try to, like, be that woman, be that person every day. And I don't know what I would have done if I would have had a different mom.
See, we always say that too, right? We always say that, yeah. Like, we don't know the type of women we would be if we didn't have, like, our moms in our lives. So, like, yes, I agree. Thank you, Ma.
Yeah, 100%.
Because that woman went through a lot of stuff. Let me tell you, she went through hell and back, and that makes her a fearless woman, because she got up. She had her good cry. She did. She had her good cry, but she got up on her 2 feet and she said, "No, I could do this," and she did, and she prevailed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think for me, other than my mom, who is also badass and a fearless woman at all times, and she's always like. She's a very brave woman. But other than my mom, I think of my grandmother when I think of, like, fearless women, just because I hope this is not too personal, sorry, Mom. When my grandmother got her paperwork from in DR to come to America, she was pregnant with my mom. And she could not travel when she was pregnant, so she had to wait until she gave birth to my mom. And then she had to leave, because if she left, that she would have to redo all that paperwork, and by then she would have to wait, like, so long for all that paperwork to be done again. So she had to leave my mom, a newborn, with her dad, and she just had to, like, drop and she was the first one of her family to go to New York, so it was, like, brand new country.
Yeah.
Brand new everything, and on top of that, having to leave her first child in a different country, like, that's tough. Like, I could only imagine the fear that my grandmother felt, like, having to be here on her own and, like, trying to make it here, so that my mom could also come here and, like, be the woman that she is now. Like, that's crazy to me to think, like, damn, like, my grandmother is a badass. Like, that's so crazy. Like, I cannot believe, like, I would not have been able, like, thinking, like, of me as a mom, like, I would not be able to, like.
How do you do that? How can you just, like, leave your child? You just had this baby. You just have to step away and, like, just do what you gotta do. But she did what she had to do for all of you guys. Yeah. All you guys are here now, right? Yep. And it's so funny that, like, I have a similar story with my grandmother.
Really?
Yeah, that's so weird. My grandmother had all of my like, the first set of kids, the first 3 kids. And I think she had to leave to come with my grandfather here to America, and they lived in Wisconsin. Hella cold.
Wow.
Well, I know. My grandmother was like, "I am not living here. We are going back." Yeah, she gave my grandfather hell, but yeah,
it's cold.
Yeah,
it's like colder than New York. Oh my god.
It really, she complained the entire time, but she had to leave her kids behind so she can help my grandfather. They can build a home, and then she went back to Mexico to pick up the kids and come back. So it's the struggles that they go through, right?
Yep.
You know,
and this is why I'm very confident in saying, like, women make the world move. Like, there is nothing, like, I guess moms in particular, like, there's nothing a mother would not do for her child. And I find that, like, to be so, like, not even being a mom yet, but to be, like, so inspired by that. Like, to think of everything that, like, our moms have been through, or even our grandmas, like, and just realize that, okay, if they can do it, like, my mom was raising 3 kids. First of all, we were just complaining about how much groceries were. Like, 2 people. Could you imagine, like, feeding 3 little mouths? Like,
that are always hungry. All the time.
Hungry all the time. So, yeah, I think women are fantastic.
Yeah.
Love women. Gosh. I'm amazed by what women can do at all times. So I guess, like, in that respect, though, who would you, aside from our moms and our grandmas and just all of our family, like, who would you guys say that your favorite fearless woman is? And I know I told you I was not going to do it, but I got to. Obviously, mine is Selena, not Gomez. We love Selena Gomez, don't get us wrong, but the queen, the OG, Selena Quintanilla, love her, Perez. I love how she really just like Tejano music. It's still mostly men, and she was like, I don't care. I'm gonna do. And also like, she did not like grow up speaking Spanish. Like she learned it as she was going on in her career. And you know, you've seen interviews where people are like, oh, like you said that word wrong, or like,
the
and she's
one.
Yes, that's one exactly what I was thinking of.
She says 14, and they're like ha 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 14, and she's like, what?
And she's like, but you understood me, right? Like you know what I was saying.
Yes.
So I love that. I feel like gosh, I wish she was still here with us, but like I feel like she inspires me so much because like obviously I'm not a famous singer, but I relate to like a lot of stuff. Like the Spanish stuff like always gets me because like people loved her. Like millions of people all over the world, they love her. And she didn't grow up speaking Spanish, and she didn't care that people like were making fun of her, and she didn't care that there were all these gatekeeping functions like to keep her out of music. Like she did her thing, and gosh, I can only imagine like what type of like level of a superstar she would be at if she was with us today.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I would say mine is Frida Kahlo. I love Frida Kahlo so much. I have like 2 of her paintings, and I went to the museum. Not the museum. I went to the what's it called?
Exhibit.
Like the exhibit. There you go. It was here in the Brooklyn Museum like a few years ago, pre-COVID. And I had to go because I just absolutely love her. Like she did not conform to gender roles. She was just about her own shit. She, you know, she got married to Diego Rivera twice. But she knew, but that goes to show you, she knew when to back out, and when she was ready to come back into that marriage. You know, back then, you had to be married to your husband, be faithful, loyal, stand by your man, thick and thin, no matter what whatever your man did. But she was like, fuck this, I'm not doing this. And she displayed all of that through her paintings. And I did not know this, did not know that she was bisexual. She was openly bisexual. And back then, again, that was like, that was taboo.
Taboo, yeah.
Very taboo. Again, she said, fuck you. I like women, and I love men too. So she's just real. She was just so real. And I think she just would have been with the time. Like, she was just so ahead of her time.
Yeah.
And again, like you said, you wish that Selena was here with us. Like, that's somebody I wish that we had present today. You know? I wish I had that. Yeah. She had, like you said, the cojones to do whatever she wanted to do at her given time.
Fearless women have cojones.
Yeah.
That is what it is. For me, I love Cardi B. That's my favorite fearless woman. I love her. I love everything that she represents. Everything who she's kept it real from day one, and she never is ashamed of her past, and she always keeps it 100 every time.
Yep. And
she's not, I don't want to say like she doesn't care what people say, because at the end of the day everyone cares what people say, you know. But she lets that drive her to be better. And that's good. You know, she's a businesswoman. She's a mom of 2. She has like relationship problems, and she doesn't shy away from that either. You know, like she's a real person, and like she's smart, and she's making bank right now. Okay. And like she's a Dominican woman from New York, and I'm just like, I'm a Dominican woman from New York, you know? So it's just, I relate a lot to her in that sense, where it was just, and I don't know, like I love her. She's cool. I like her a lot. Happy I still have her around.
Do you remember when she was gonna tour with Bruno Mars, and then she got pregnant with Culture, and she backed out? I was really excited about that.
She was? I didn't know
when
was
they came out with that. What is that song that they did?
Please Me.
No, the one before that.
Oh.
Yeah. She's
ahead.
Like in the very beginning.
Yes. Show us your talent skills.
What is it?
Oh my god.
It's not Please Me?
It's a remix. Like he made his version of the song.
It's like
yeah. Okay.
Oh my god, it's gonna bother me.
You know,
Yes.
Finesse.
Yes! Oh my god. Yes, that is a song.
Can I sing, guys? Can I sing?
Yeah, they came out, like, after that song, he was doing a tour.
Oh.
And then, I can't remember if Bruno Mars, unless this was like a fever dream, but I swear to God, I'm pretty sure it was real. And then she got pregnant with Culture and backed out.
Oh.
Yeah, so.
Man, that would have been so
That
cool.
would have been
Right.
Yeah. Love her.
Let us know, guys, who some of your favorite fearless women are. What kind of qualities you think makes a fearless woman. We would love to hear it. But I think we'll close out for today with, of course, what is making you guys glow this week?
So I've been listening to like oldies music, and the one that I'm really like gravitating towards a lot right now is "Let's Groove" by Earth, Wind and Fire. Let's groove
tonight. I had that in my head.
That one. So I really love that one. It puts me in a good mood. I love it.
That's a great song.
Yeah.
I think for me, God, I've had such a hard time like getting back into reading. I love to read, and then after law school, like, first of all, you read so much in law school that you never want to look at anything ever again. And then also you spend like 8 weeks staring at bar paperwork. Yeah. So you don't want to do anything ever again, or read anything ever again. But I did audiobooks for a minute. They're all right. They're not necessarily for me. I like mostly when they're narrated by the person who wrote them. I love that. Like, I listened to Mariah Carey's book on audiobook. But I finally finished reading The Soul of a Woman by Isabel Allende. Yeah. So good. Loved it. Yeah. It's very inspiring. It's like very like I don't want to call it like a feminist manifesto, but like she definitely goes into like feminism and like the way that she grew up and machismo. It's very good, very short, and that's why I'm so mad that it's taken me so long. It's not a long book at all.
Right.
But I finally finished it. Can finally move on to something else, and it's making me like just ecstatic this week.
Oh, I want to say the same thing too, because I had a hard day like at the beginning of the week. It was a fast week, but it was, you know what? Why didn't I say this before? When you asked how was your week, oh my god,
it was just the one day, and then you were
So right, exactly. So at the beginning of the week, it was like really busy at work, and I wanted to just like go home, turn off the lights, like no sound. Like sometimes I just don't want to even like listen to music or like have the TV on. Mm-hmm. I grabbed my book on the shelf. I'm reading Living Beyond Mexican Borders in America.
We published that book.
Get out!
No way!
Yeah. When I saw that you had that, I was like, oh, I want to tell them. I was like, never mind.
Oh,
yeah. We published that book.
By, was it Margarita Longoria? Mm-hmm. And, oh my god, like, I just love it because it's like mini stories about Mexican Americans, not raised by Mexican parents, never even once been to Mexico. There's one story about that. There's another story that discusses the word ghetto and how it's just interpreted different ways, and it shouldn't be derogatory. Like somebody, the person in the story was just like, but ghetto to me is beautiful because that's where I grew up.
Yeah.
That's my home. So I just love the book. I'm already like 4 or 5 stories in. It's not a long book either. But like I need to finish it and go read it. Yes. It's a good book. Yeah.
I'm so happy you liked it.
Yes.
I'm gonna tell my coworkers now, being like, guess what? We got a glowing review for this book.
I love it. Yeah.
So we love to hear from you guys. Please let us know, what do you think a fearless woman is? Who are your favorite fearless women? Who inspires you to be a fearless woman, a fearless person? Just let us know in our comments, our email, anywhere. And let us know the ways you found to glow this week. We love to hear them.
Yeah. And remember, you can catch us here on YouTube every Wednesdays or wherever you listen to your podcasts. Leave us a glowing review, please.
5 stars.
But yeah, and on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify Podcasts. On Apple Podcasts and on Spotify Podcasts.
And then you can find us on Instagram at Glowing Up Latina. And then you can send us feedback via email at glowinguplatina@gmail.com.
That's
So
it.
yeah.
And we'll catch you next week. Until then, keep glowing, mija.
Bye.
Bye.